A top WWE star is returning before WrestleMania. We've got the reason Jade Cargill was pulled from Elimination Chamber, and WWE are believed to be building to an unexpected Roman Reigns match. Stay tuned for the news. Who's that jumping out the sky? REY, Mysterio, etc. Rey Mysterio expected to return to WWE pretty darn soon, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Rey Mysterio's return now looks to be in a few weeks. He was hoping for January, but is pretty close to being ready to return. Exciting.
Yeah, I mean, Rey's always somebody who's certainly missed whenever he's not in and around. He's somebody you can always throw into great situations. So I feel, especially with everything going on in and around the LWO, the time of the injury was a bit annoying. But
Yeah,
I feel that now he's back. This is probably something we can be looking toward, getting back toward finishing maybe, or continuing along.
I've got a feeling that what we might get at WrestleMania, you would expect them to do LWO versus Legado del Fantasma.
What my brain's kind of.
That could be one of the best WrestleMania tag matches in a long, long time. That could be seriously impressive.
I think both teams are capable of just such a level of performance. I think they all bring something different to it, but once that's all in there, just mixed together.
Yeah.
You've got all the recipes for like a classic, just chaotic, more than anything, full of moments, Mania tag match.
Beats DOA versus Los Boricuas.
Beats TLC 2. What's that crap?
Let's not get carried away. Moving on, an update on another return, this time on the AEW side of things. Brit Baker. Baker was, of course, at the Super Bowl game. You saw a picture of her, no doubt. She looked in great shape, Dave writes. And he's been told that she's been training very hard for her return. She wasn't believed to have been cleared just yet, but the indications were that it shouldn't be long. So that's really exciting to hear that Brit Baker's coming back sooner rather than later. I really, really think she should be at the forefront of AEW's women's division. You've got Mercedes coming in very soon. Tony setting the world on fire right now. To me, those three should be the focal point for the next few years. I think Brit is the bollocks. I think she's so good.
I think there's a great way in which you can bring her back as well with everything that's going on right now. It's quite chaotic. It's not like people have forgotten about her, but it's a situation in which you can bring her back, I think, in a bit of a shocking manner, just as a, hey, don't forget I'm here as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And then obviously when you throw Mercedes in there, as you said, it's AEW's women's division sort of about to just flip entirely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a really exciting time, and I think a lot of us complain relatively often about how the women are used in AEW and the lack of screen time that they get. I think it's been a real problem, and I think Tony Khan needs to address that. And I really do hope that bringing in Sasha, bringing in Mercedes is the catalyst for that action.
You've got to think so. I mean, she's one of the most identifiable, one of the biggest stars in wrestling as a whole. And I think, the excitement around her just appearing at All In the audience is just proof to the level of eyes she's going to be able to bring to the product for people who maybe haven't checked out AEW, have been a little bit on the fence, or have been turned off by the AEW product before. They might give it another chance.
And she's not cheap, so you want to use her. You want to get bang for your buck, eh? Back over to WWE. We've got the reason why WWE pulled Jade Cargill from Elimination Chamber. So it was reported that she was going to be involved in the match. She was never formally announced by WWE. Another note from the Observer saying at one point Cargill was going to win the Elimination Chamber
entire
match.
Thing, which in my head, I was like, yeah, that's like a great spot for Jade. Come in, have a standout moment in the Rumble, maybe win the Elimination Chamber. She's really big. Sort of 1-2.
Yeah,
and it's doesn't look like
because plans changed. All signs right now pointing to Becky Lynch winning that. It would mean that Cargill would have to lose her first match. I think it's a bit of a weird one to have her come in. It would be such a statement piece, but I think they'll hold off. First proper match back following the Rumble. I think it'll be WrestleMania. I think there are a few options. Dave's speculating that it might be Nia Jax because she can do the big.
She had the moment with Nia in the Rumble as well, which is sort of, that was sort of the first thing everybody gravitated toward, is that's probably Mania there.
I think, you know what, I'm really excited to see how she's grown as a performer since being at the Performance Center so much. It'll be interesting to see how much she's sort of different from her AEW days.
Well, and she went through, as she gently, when she gave him the backhanded compliment of it, she went through AEW that got her ready for WWE.
Oh, yeah,
so I want to see what the additional AEW time does to somebody before they come in.
Yeah, I think people are a little bit unfair on Jade. I've mentioned this before, but people, they always go like, oh man, she's green as goose, you know what?
Yeah.
And I don't think she's as bad as people like to make out. To me, she's just a star. You look at her and she's incredible.
I still think a lot of people have a bit of a chip on their shoulder of the fact that she doesn't need wrestling, I guess, in the sense that she's not, she's not somebody who actively needs to be in ring every single week. She's independently wealthy, but if she's wanting to build a character and a career, obviously, that's going to have to be more and more. But I think it might be part of it.
That makes me like her more.
Yeah.
The fact that she doesn't need it,
but
it's putting her body on the line.
I'll just come and do a huge match, come back, do some TV, go away for a little bit, come back. Yeah,
I think that's really admirable, personally. I think we should get behind that. Moving on over to NXT now. A WWE NXT talent sustaining a serious injury. Idris Enofe suffering a serious injury. Him and Malik Blade losing to Axiom and Nathan Fraser. He was on TV, of course, this week doing a promo, but won't be wrestling for a period of time. That's all the information that is available right now. We don't know what is up, but we send him our very best, of course. A very, very talented young man. Oddly enough, he popped up on my YouTube sidebar the other day, one of his 205 matches, and I just sort of skimmed through it, and then I skipped all the way back. So I was like, oh, actually, this is really, really good. And this was like years ago as well. It was a while ago. And another one on the NXT side, unfortunately, Nikita Lyons injured again. She's just come back from an injury. She's had previous knee issues. She was away with a knee injury. Yeah. She's just come back. She's hurt again. That's, again, all the information that we got.
It feels like the knee injury bug is real. Like, it feels like it's more and more these days. It's lower body, knee, or ligament injuries more than anything at the minute. So I don't know if there's something that the company's going to be looking toward, in terms of maybe the way that training is going on, or something in and around the situation. But you've got to think that it is a bit weird that there's so many leg injuries.
Conspiracy theorists. Oh, it's something in the water, isn't it?
Maybe it is.
It's that bloody fluoride.
Well, there's lots of fluoride in the water in America, actually. Jesse Ventura told me so.
Goodness me. Finally, a really interesting bit and a very exciting bit, actually. WWE believed to be building to a future Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker match. It's been noted with Heyman showing up in the Breaker segment on SmackDown, Breaker doing the best spear in the business t-shirt and gimmick. It could be the subtle start. Fans are already speculating on this, but it's interesting that we've got it down here. Obviously, Reigns has programs set up. Rock, Sikoa, he's got Cody coming up, obviously. There's loads and loads
Braun's
on Roman's.
Got Uncle Scott.
That as well.
Yeah, don't need anything else. Bloodline, all that, nah. Uncle Scott.
Yeah, straight to Scott. You want Scotty.
Scott doesn't even manage him properly. He's just got weights and he just lifts weights on it with his freaks on the outside during every match.
Freaks on the outside.
During every match. And then maybe if Braun gets pinned for like a 1 or a 2, he racks the weights and looks at him a bit like, Genius. What are you doing? Yeah.
Braun's the bollocks.
He's class.
His performance in the Royal Rumble, he was the star of the entire pay-per-view for me. He was incredible.
We've been waiting so long for him to get this sort of call up, right? And they've said, he's got unfinished business in NXT, so it's maybe not going to be quite as immediate, but I just can't wait.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's one of the people that people talked about 2-3 years ago. Yep. Like, he's going to be the guy to beat Roman Reigns. So it's interesting that we're only just starting to really talk about it seriously now. Yeah. I think Roman will have dropped the title by the time that match happens, but I don't care.
Possibly.
I want to see spear versus spear.
We're already halfway through his trek toward beating Bruno, so we could just stay on for 4 more years.
Behave. Stop it. It's happening at WrestleMania. He's got... Don't even start.
Finish the story.
Yeah, please finish the story. Thank you very much. Cheers. You can join Sam and Fraser tomorrow for more news. Yes. We've got loads of exciting stuff coming up on the channel, so keep an eye out this weekend and enjoy your weekend. Take care. All the best. Bye.
Bye.